Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tea. We've got a little bit of sunshine today instead of we've had, flooding rains the last few days. Okay guys, what I want to try and do today is try and formulate a base set of protocols for the Frankenstein Bruen lock. It's because the weather has been so bad, I haven't been able to get out here for a number of days. I've lost a significant amount of development time in terms of being able to determine what a set of protocols would be. But I'm going to try to put together, some baseline protocols today to help anybody that wants to go forward with this and just try it out in the raw stages of the development program that I'm going to go through with this golf swing. So today will just be something to get you up and running in terms of being able to do something, and then we can basically from there on we can refine the protocols and make them structurally more sound. Okay guys, now the baseline difference, if you will, with the Bruen lock or the Frankenstein lock. I mean, channel lock is just here, and we go in here with a conventional golf swing. We go in here, and the club is there, and then we just turn it up and we point it in that direction there. That's channel lock, and then we underplane the club, and then we fire the club as we would do conventionally. Now we're not going to do that with the Frankenstein Bruen lock. The Frankenstein Bruen lock, the club doesn't get behind this lead arm. It stays there. It basically stays there. So instead of being here at the top of the golf swing, it's here. That's pointed towards the target. That's pointed towards the target line or the ball. That's the difference in terms of where we need to be if we want to emulate the geometry of Jimmy Bruen's golf swing. So, in the backswing, we want to keep whatever association we have at address here. That's our address association. We want to keep that right throughout the golf swing. We don't want to change that to that. We want to keep that there and take it there. That's what we want to feel, that. Look at my trail arm. Here, look at that elbow. That elbow is actually flat. I'm trying to get the elbow flat. I don't want it down here. It's actually flat. Hand is pointing down there. And I want to feel that the club face is going to do that on the downswing. It's going to squash the golf ball. It's going to squash it. I showed you that before, but that's what I want to feel. I don't feel like I'm getting the golf club to fire itself towards the target. Not at all. All I want to feel in this golf swing, and what I saw in Jimmy's golf swing, and guys, it's been raining over the weekend, the ground here is boggy, grass is inches long, it's as soggy as we can get, but I have to be here for the sun. But what we saw with Jimmy's swing from the top of the swing was that action. It wasn't here, underplane, fire it, it was just wham. It was wham. Here, wham. Wham. It was just, he just wanted to just smash the face of the club on top of the golf ball, as I see it, and as I perceive it. There wasn't, I don't think there was any intention to go from here to an underplane here to fire it. He just went, and a couple of friends of mine who are Irish people, and golfers, they say that there's a lot of hurling, hurling action in this. If you're Irish guys and you understand the game of hurling, and the hurley, and okay, they drop the ball and they whack it, but they always seem to do that. You watch a hurling player, he throws it up and then he goes that. He doesn't do this, he does that. It's like a slap bang down on top of the ball. And Jimmy being Irish, maybe he played played hurling when he was younger, and he used the hurley stick. So guys, this is the big departure. The big departure is from conventional golf swing, where we take the club and we take it in there. That's conventional. Even in channel lock, we go in here and the club gets in line with that forearm. Well, we never want that. We want to feel that it's going here, that club is forming this angle here. That's the angle we want to feel, not that one. We want to feel that one. That's the angle. I call it a tip over angle. When I get here, it feels like the club's tipping over. And on the downswing, I want to continue the tip over so it's a smash over. It's a smash down. We go here and then it's a smash down. It's almost as if you could come here, stand still and just do that. But do that in the process of a golf swing with the dynamics and the movement that you have in a golf swing. But the feeling, essentially, is that we want to do that. That. Now that's a throwaway action. Now that's a throwaway action in conventional terms, when you're throwing the club outside the hands. But you will see with Jimmy, when Jimmy got to here, he brought it in here, so he wasn't throwing it outside that line, because his shoulder turn was taking the club in that direction there. If he just didn't turn his shoulders and took the club up there and threw it, he'd be throwing it. He'd be throwing it outside the line, but he doesn't do that. He throws it on the line. And he's still got a significant into-out attack. Question to that. So what are we saying for our protocol? Our base protocol is we think that we completely eliminate this action in the golf swing. We want to have that action. We want to have that action there. We want to try and get that formation of the trail arm, if we can. We won't get that much. I don't get that much. But our thought process should be that we want to get that much. It's exactly what we want to achieve. We want to do that. We don't want to come up here and get folded in here like the Mac O'Grady swing and that type of thing. And the Mac O'Grady swing is just a different type of golf swing. Fantastic golf swing, but it's not this golf swing. And we'll be doing more on the Mac swing, no question. So we've got to get in our minds and our neural programming that this is a smackdown type golf swing. It's not a sweeping. We're not going to sweep the ball away like that. It's not that sort of swing as a feeling. It's not that sort of swing as a feeling. It's that type of swing. Bang. And I have no other thought process or body commitment program or process other than hitting straight down on top of the golf ball. Is it vertically inclined? It's unbelievably vertically inclined as a feeling. As a feeling, it's profoundly vertically inclined. It's that. It's just a smash factor of extreme amount and proportions. Absolutely extreme. It's just that. And if you watch Jimmy, he goes up here and then he does that. He doesn't go up here and then he goes back in here. It's almost like he's doing that. It's like a coiling. It's like a cobra strike. He goes from here and then he goes bang like that. It's that sort of action, guys. Bang, it's like that. If you cultivate that feeling with your trail hand, you'll get some of the smash factor on the downswing. Some of the power that I'm getting in the golf swing, at my age and my level of physical makeup at my age, where I don't have the muscle content or the power of the muscle content that I had 30 years ago, I actually feel that I've got more power now than I had 30 years ago. It feels like that. So base protocol. Don't take the club in there like that. Keep the club, as we take it back, keep it doing this. Try and get this angle, that angle, not that angle. It's that angle. And if you have to spend some time at the top of the swing like that, then do it. Stay there, get the feeling, look in the mirror. Have a look at this wrist here, have a look at this hand, have a look at that arm there. Get the feeling, look in the mirror, guys. Here, get the feeling. And the other thing, guys, when you take it back, have no thought in your mind that you ever want to collapse that angle in the golf swing. Feel that that angle is this angle here that we get here. Feel that you want to maintain that through the golf swing. You don't want to change that height of that club head lower. You don't want to bring that lower. You want to keep it up there. You won't, but you want to have that feeling that it stays at that height all the time. That's the feeling you want. That's absolutely the feeling you want. Some of the stuff I had the other day, the last time I was here, and we were hitting after we finished the video, I actually felt like the club, my feeling was that that was the golf swing. And as I came down, it was maintaining that height. Now clearly it wasn't, but that was the feeling. And the more that I got the club to feel that it was there, man, I just absolutely, I was crushing the ball. And the sound off the face was so different. So, first and foremost, we want to maintain that here. And on the downswing, we want to feel that. And we want to feel like our shoulders are closed and our body's closed. That we're just closed. In order to throw that there, the body's got to be closed. It's got to be facing that way. It has to be there. If you throw it there and your body's turning, you will get the club arcing like that. And that'll sort of get over the ball and you'll get, you know, some pulls and drags. Now we don't want to do that. We want to feel very much like we do with channel lock. The whole basis of channel lock is that we hit the ball from a closed stance, our closed shoulders, and we fire the club away from the target line. We fire it across the target line. We don't fire it down the target line. And guys, there's no, really, once you've set up here, once you've determined where your target is and you've aligned yourself, I don't think about, you know, swinging the club to the target ever. All I think about now is just putting that club on that ball. Just smashing that golf ball into the ground. You can't physically smash the ball into the ground. It won't do that. It'll always do like that. Now that's gone about 120 metres. It'll always do that because there's so much compression hit on that it's going to squirt it out. Now, having never seen Jimmy Bruen's ball flight, but those two guys that came to my range in 1992 and told me they saw Jimmy and walked around with Jimmy and saw him hit a lot of shots, they said that it was just a really hard, flat flight. And just extraordinary. So we want to cultivate the smash factor, guys. We really want to cultivate that. So it's here, get it up here, and if you can do it really smoothly, like Jimmy, even though he was slashing, and he had so much slash factor in his golf swing, he was incredibly smooth. And you watch Matthew Wolff today. Matthew Wolff's backswing is the best tempo you've ever seen. I mean, I have never seen better tempo on a backswing than Matthew Wolff's. It's just exquisite. And his transition is just fantastic. Amazing. So we've got to try and get nice transition and nice flow and motion. Now it'll be difficult initially because you'll be so enamored with the hands and the hit factor. So that's going to make you really jerky initially, but that doesn't matter. You'll overcome that going forward. So if we can just take it up and just bang it down here, just take it up and bang it down. That's the first shot of the day. And it's just middle of the golf club. And of course we want to have the foveal vision. And that is two eyes, guys, looking at the golf ball. We don't want to have, we don't want to be over here because that's going to inhibit releasing the golf ball. We want to really see it hit. So here we are. We're going out there and we're going to just smack factor down on top of it. That's what we want. Here. It's just there. I call it a table slap. We're going to slap the table. There. We're not going to the club back in here and jam it. Now I'm not slapping the table as I'm advocating here clearly because I haven't got the program and I need it another 3 days. But I just want to give you a basic format for some protocols to get you off and running. So here we go. We're going to try and have some smooth hit on this. Now I want to keep the club pointed up in the air a lot more. I don't want it underplaning at all. I don't want it to underplane. I don't want it to underplane. I want to keep it up in the air. All right, now we'll really hit down on top of it. Now if I can do that smoother, we'll be on the money. Come on. That's what we want. The transition is important. If you can get to the top and actually stay there a little bit, it's not easy to do, but it's something that getting the smash factor and tempo is not easy. See, that's really flowy, very flowy. And we saw amazing flow in Jimmy's swing, and we saw amazing flow, and we see amazing flow today in Matthew Wolf's swing. Just got the transition to be smoother. It must be smoother. There's got to be more down than what we've got. Much more down. Yeah, you don't want any forward, guys. If you're thinking of forward, you won't be able to get that smash factor down on the ball. It's got to be just down, 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 no forward at all. None whatsoever. And if you can get some sort of pause, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. The contact on that's extraordinary. And that was very much as a thought process of keeping the club pointed up there. Lots of that as a thought process. Doesn't get any better than that. Just doesn't. So the smoothness is so important. The smash factor, you've got to have a smooth smash factor. There it is, guys. There it is. Hear the difference in the contact. That's it there. That's it right there. That's the difference. They're just perfect golf shots. And as I say, we will never, none of us will, maybe, I don't know about you guys, but I'll never look like Jimmy Bruen. But if we can get the feeling and the basic, well not the basic, but some of his mechanics into our golf swing, we'll get that type of impact. That's the best impact I've ever had. And probably I've got like 5% of his golf swing in there, but 100% of intention to do it. It don't get any better than that, guys. It really doesn't get any better than that. I mean, they're exquisite golf shots. I mean, the ball flight's exquisite. And that's, as we say in Australia, that's more exquisite. They're just, guys, they're just blueprinted golf shots. They're identical. Every one of those last 5 or 6 are the same shot. And that's because I've got some nice flow in the golf swing now. So some nice transitional flow, which we must have. And the foveal vision. Now that was perfect, but a bit jumpy from the top. You don't have to jump. You've got to try and hang the club in the air as a feeling. Got to get it up here and sort of hang it there if we possibly can. If we possibly can hang it in the air, that's what we've got to do. We've got to get some hang time, guys. That's what it is, we've got to get some hang time. All right, see if I can get a bit of hang time. See guys, that's 15 yards in the air on those other shots. With just that, okay, it's probably not discernible that much, but it feels significantly different for me. That intention or attempt at some hang time. Grip pressure, it's very soft, very soft. And I would say Jimmy Bruen had a very soft swing, and maybe his hands moved around and maybe the club moved around in his hands. Because if you watch that video, at the end of the video of Jimmy Bruen, he holds up 2 golf balls in his left hand and he's got a glove on. And it's got a big worn hole here. Now that can only be if the shaft is moving around his hand and creating friction. He's worn a hole in his glove. So he must have a very soft grip and a lot of grip movement. But he grabs it. Maybe he lets it go and then he grabs it, which creates that friction. Maybe a little bit like Bobby Jones, when Bobby Jones had that piccolo. You know, those fingers came apart and then he grabbed it. They came off the club and then he grabbed it. Maybe that's what, maybe Jimmy had that. Who knows? It's hard to see that in the videos. Or in the video. So come on, foveal vision, a little bit of hang time. The hang time's the hardest thing because I'm not a hang time person. Guys, we're heading into a wind here that's so strong. The ball's just blitzing itself through the wind. Okay, a little bit of hang time, James, come on. I'd love to get real hang time. Like that. That to me, oh boy. This is 5-iron, guys. That's gone 3-iron distance. No, really, that's gone 3-iron distance. And the hit on that was, you can just feel that. When you hit that, it just shocks up through your hand. Not shocks, but you can feel the impact. The impact loading is so strong. What does it feel like? It feels like this. Go here and a slap. Slap. It's a down slap. That's what it feels like. It's a down slap. So we can get some nice hang time. just got to have more hang time than that. Come on, Chase. That's the hang time. Now, there's no discernible look of hang time. Discernible feel of hang time. It definitely feels like hang time. Long video, guys, but I'm practicing today. Come on, Chase. See it. Now, my shoulders are closed to start with. And someone said, looks like you're trying to hit it with the toe of the club, Jage. Well, I pull the club back with the toe facing it, facing the ball. I don't take it back with the club face facing the ball. I take it back with the toe facing the ball, because that gives me that feeling of doing this. I can turn my lead hand this way. That's what it feels like. I actually take it back with the toe looking at the ball. Well, let's put a really nice one on this, Jase. Come on. It's just Blitz City, guys. I promise you, they're just might be all right down range. I'll have a look, and I might get some shots down range on the next video. Okay, last shot. Here. Come on, a bit of hang time, Jase. That's the hardest thing, is the hang time. I mean, it's a perfect shot, but I know I haven't got the hang time. It's got to be I guess the timing for this is, and that's a timing factor. If you've ever been around, been a guy that's been around a fight game, and I've been there my whole life, when you're training people on a speed bag, there's a rhythm, and it's a papa 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 papa. That's what you embed in your brain. It's a papa 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 to start with. That's the motion flow timing. Now with this, it's got to be sort of in your brain, it's got to be a 1, 2 as a thought. Maybe you've got to say that to yourself. We've got to say 1, 2 as a thought process. Here we go, we'll try it. I won't say it, but I'll think it. That was maybe a 1, 2. I need more elongation on the getting into the 2. Well, that was just a perfect golf shot. Like perfect. But the tempo's not there. We need a 1, 2. Like that. You only got to hear that to know how good it is. Okay guys, so that's some of the stuff. That's a little bit of protocols that you can use. There'll be more. If the weather stays good this week, I should be able to get 4 or 5 videos in this week. By the end of the week, we should have a bunch of protocols, and we can say, okay, we've got 5 or 6 protocols, and put them together. Okay guys, I'll try and hit some shots down range. I'll just see what the conditions are like, and if they're okay, we'll hit some down there.